Hello, everyone. Mm, For when I was a kid, when I was in my 20s, following the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, I dreamed to go to India, but life happened, got married, got children, busy, serving on the different temples of Self-Realization Fellowship here in Los Angeles. And the idea to go to India really I took off from my mind. I said, I don't need to go to India. And then this angel came to my life and said, do you want to go to India? I said, no. Anyway, I am going to India in 10 days. I cut the story short. And she was asking me, are you excited? I said, no, it's okay, but now I'm excited. This is my friend, dear friend, Shruti Somani, who not only made possible my visit to India, but she will be with us in most of the trip. I'm going to be for 6 weeks, and you are going to be with us, helping us in everything and showing us places for practically 5 weeks, right? Yeah.
Right.
And the most important and incredible thing is that this year there is this mega huge spiritual event called Kumbh or Kumbh Mela. How do you pronounce in India?
Kumbh Mela. So
Kumbh,
Kumbh.
Kumbh
Kumbh
Mela.
is the word. Kumbh. Yeah.
And so tell us, Shruti, what does it mean, Kumbh Mela? Kumbh and Mela.
Okay. So first, I am super excited to invite Carlos and everybody across the globe, whoever knows or has heard about Kumbh Mela. And Carlos for the first time will come to India and then to land in an overwhelming gathering and a crowd of millions is where he lands to be and plans to be. So, Kumbh Mela, the word in Sanskrit, Kumbh, means the pot or the pitcher. So, it's the holy pitcher of immortality. And Mela, the term Mela, means a fair. So, it's literally the fair of the holy nectar, where millions gather to have a holy dip. And it is believed that a person bathing in this holy water during the time of the Kumbh gets rid of all his sins and he attains salvation. So, what it really means for any individual to have a bathing, a holy dip in the congruation of these rivers is that he frees himself from this idea that we believe in firmly, our religion that we follow, or spiritual paths that we follow. It frees us from the cycle of birth and rebirth.
All right. There is a mythology or something behind a story, and I would like you to talk a little bit about that, but I would like to show a picture so people have an idea what the Kumbh Mela is. So let me see if I am so lucky I got the right picture.
Right picture.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is a picture of one of the Kumbh Melas where millions of people gather to bathe in the
Yes.
actually you need to explain that. So
So this is an aerial view of what the Kumbh Mela looks like, because the spirituality and devotion of this place is so large that people are expected in over millions. And when we are saying millions, it is an average of 10 million a day. So in a span of 40 to 44 days where this Mela is going to fall, there'll be 400 millions bathing. So these are the aerial images of that. And there is a very famous there are many mythological stories how the Kumbh Mela started. And Carlos will show us a few pictures that represent those stories, where it is believed that there was a fight or a churning of nectar, what we call, between the gods, demigods, and the demons. And the demons and the demigods were fighting for the nectar of immortality. So while churning this immortality nectar, the nectar happened to fall in these 4 places where Kumbh Mela is held after some years periodically. Carlos, are you there?
I'm sorry, I was mute. I was showing the pictures of the churning of this nectar. So as you said, there are cartoons and there are mythological pictures. I like. So the thing in the middle, what exactly means? You know, I don't see your screen is frozen. Shruti, your screen is frozen. Okay. Let's wait. I will tell her to come back. Come back.
Hi, Carlos, are you there?
Yeah. So your screen froze. Can you put horizontal?
Yeah, your screen froze at my end too.
Okay, but it's vertical. You are twisted. Can you see that?
Am I twisted?
Okay, that's okay.
Nah, I can't see that. Wait.
That's okay.
So is it vertical now at your end?
But you are horizontal, so you are
It's
inverted.
horizontal at my end.
No, just turn it around. Yeah,
Is
that's
it
okay.
proper? No, 1 second.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Now, okay.
Perfect.
So you were talking about the churning, and I showed the 3 pictures. There are some cartoons for new people.
Okay. So that's when your screen froze for at my end.
Yeah. So what is the thing in the middle? I'm going to show you again. I have the most the picture with the typical Indian drawings.
Okay.
The
Okay. So these are images for making people understand what was the mythological story behind it. And it's on one side you have demigods, which you'll see as like nicely cladded in gold and all, and then the other side people with horns, which are the demons. So these 2 parties were essentially fighting with each other to produce the nectar of immortality.
They are fighting to produce the nectar. I thought they were fighting to get it.
So they were jointly actually working for producing the nectar of immortality, and then the greed came upon them. So, during this churning, which is believed that they were churning the ocean of milk, which lies in the celestial region of the center of the cosmos, the demigods planned to churn the milk with demons to produce this nectar, and they agreed to share the nectar equally. But what happened during the churning, the nectar fell in 4 parts on earth, and these 4 parts is where the kumbh happens to be after periodical timing according to the planetary system.
For how long this kumbh, this spiritual event has been held in India?
So Kumbh has happened, what it is believed that it is from the origin of the time where the evolution started. It's before the evolution of mankind. And you know, Carlos,
Wow.
I think I've forgotten to even tell you that the bathing that we are going to do in the biggest and the most auspicious time is called Mauni Amavasya. Mauni Amavasya, which we are going for the 29th of January, is basically the term Mauni means the silence. It is believed that the new moon day of the universe, when the first word or the vocal came as the sound of Om or Amen, is on this day. So it is one of the most auspicious day when many saints and people and commoners also observe a silence.
Say again, because this is kind of profound. Is the new? You say something new.
It's
the
probably
moon.
the first time you're listening to it.
Yeah, it's a kind of profound. This is the first date of the moon. Something. What did you say again? Because I was checking the.
I said that it is the day when the first sound on earth, when it started, when the universe was made.
Got it.
Mauni, the term means silence.
Yeah, here in the
So
Western world.
Mauni Amavasya means it's when after this day when the whole new moon cycle starts and the universe first found its primitive and the first sound, which we are all made up of, the Om in some religions, the Amen in some religions, the sound of the universe is on this very day. So many humans, all spiritual practitioners, observe silence during this day and chant, or they internalize, or they worship, or they meditate to gather all the energy. And there is spiritual energy on this particular day for having a bathing session.
Now, mm, I understand that the people who go to the Kumbh are people from all walks of life. Are I don't know if you can answer this question. Does everybody goes to look for that nectar or what?
Okay, interesting. So you don't have to go looking for the nectar because the nectar exists in this place. The nectar fell in this place where we are going for having a holy dip. It's in Prayagraj, it fell in Nasik, it fell in Ujjain, and it fell in Haridwar. So this time the Kumbh Mela is going to be in Prayagraj. And it is according to the planetary alignments, the sun, the moon, the Jupiter, when it enters into a particular dimension, is when the Kumbh Mela is held.
But my point is, if people, if all or most people who go to the Kumbh Mela are aware that this is spiritual, auspicious time.
Absolutely.
Okay, they are.
Absolutely. In fact, there are people who are from various practices in India. So there are people who are believed to be saints and they're called like sadhus, or they are people who are actually the protectors of religion or guardians during the time when there used to be wars and there used to be guardians of religion. So various sects of followers come down for bathing during this time. So there are those monks, there are spiritual leaders, there are spiritual practitioners, there are common men who are spiritual. Anybody and everybody who feel that they are centered with the idea that bathing will release their cycle of birth and rebirth.
I understand that you have been on other Kumbh Melas. Did you?
That's correct. This is going to be my third Kumbh Mela.
Third, wow. What was your
Yes. So my first was the one of the Mahakumbhs, which was in, I don't even remember which year it was. I think, in my teens or something, and it was in Haridwar.
Mm-hmm.
And it is super overwhelming because it is very crowded, but the energy and the place, like everybody is there for everything and anything, it's the energy of that place and the vibration after the dip. There is something there that changes something inside you. I mean, there are some, you can't put it in words, the experience.
And I think I heard that you told me even if the water is freezing cold, you go and you can stay there for a while, that you enjoy doing that.
That's true, because you will not realize, the devotion level, or when you go there. So there are Indians who go to many religious places to have holy dips. So it's also in like temperatures which are almost 6 degrees, 8 degrees, and the water is cold. But when you go with faith, when you're chanting or when you're just in tune with your inner breath, you don't feel the cold.
I have to see that. I will. So, Shruti,
you are going to.
Shruti, the other thing is there is a picture here with these numbers and things like that. if you could explain what do they mean.
Right. Okay, so what that is how often does Kumbh fall? Many people get confused with the idea of how often does Kumbh come, because it comes once in 3 to 4 years, it comes once in 6 years, it comes once in 12 years. Now, the only difference is that there are Kumbh which happens because of the planetary alignment that takes place in the universe. And those are the auspicious times when we worship or have this holy dip. So when you see the picture, when it says it's basically Ardha Kumbh. So half Kumbh comes when you have a planetary alignment. It comes once in 4 years. There is Purna Kumbh, which is full Kumbh, which comes once in 12 years. And then there is the Maha Kumbh, which is going to be now. It comes in 144 years. So this is the one that's going to fall now in Prayagraj for 144 years, after 144 years. So that's why it's called the Mahakumbh.
I forgot to check if when Lahiri Mahashaya found Mahavatar Babaji, it was...
Babaji?
Yeah, if it was 144 years ago.
Was it 144 years ago?
I am wondering if it was at the same time, at 144 years ago, when Babaji found Lahiri Mahashaya.
But I think what they had mentioned, I had it in the group
but it was
where we were all discussing amongst the devotees. And let's see, what did they say? They met in which year?
But that was, I think that information you sent me was Sri Yukteswar.
Oh yeah, it was Sri Yukteswar, right. It was Sri Yukteswar meeting Babaji in Allahabad during January 1894. How many years back was that?
1894 is 194, 6, and 30 years. And 131 years. Because it's 4 years.
131?
4 years to 1900, and then we have 125 plus 6, 131. So
okay, Carlos is doing the maths. Mr. Engineer.
It was a half Kumbh Mela.
Okay, so it was in 1894 when Sri Yukteswar ji met Babaji. Now, we don't know the dates of Lahiri Mashai and all those. We probably have to bring it up in the group and somebody will answer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And a little bit about our trip. So I land to Delhi, and then straight to the Kumbh Mela, and we are going to have the bath.
So we're giving you 2 days. Carlos, you've forgotten. You might have like crazy jet lag.
Yeah.
So we're giving you 2 days, including your sauna and steam to recover.
Okay.
From your jet lag, and then we're going to take you to Kumbh Mela and make sure that you are lost in millions of Indians.
And we are going to have the bath in the deep that you call on the 29th.
That's correct. So we are reaching Kumbh Mela on 27th, because before the main days, the gates on the roads for distances close. This railway station, the airports probably are going to be on standstill. The railway station is not functioning on the main days because you want to avoid the stampede. Imagine 10 million people in such a small place. It's a small town.
Oh.
So we are going to reach on the 27th of January, and we're there for like good 5 days and 5 nights, actually 6 days, and we're going to immerse ourselves, and then I shall be taking you to Vrindavan. That's another story where Krishna used to be playing and he was born, and we are going to go to Barsane, and we are going to go to Govardhan, and then I take you to Taj Mahal, one of the 7 wonders of India.
The other thing in the Kumbh Mela is the junction of the Ganga, the Jamuna, And you mentioned a third one.
and Saraswati.
And Saraswati.
Saraswati.
Wow.
So it's a congregation of these rivers, the three rivers, that is called the Sangam. This is in Allahabad. The old name was Allahabad, sorry. Now the modern day Prayagraj. So in Prayagraj, you have the congregation of these three rivers, and you only see two, and the third is from the under. So that is a congregation of the holy waters. That's where we're going to have our holy dip on the main day.
Okay, phenomenal.
It's going to be cold. You better be geared.
Well, I am having cold showers every day, so I'm getting ready for that. But I've been doing it since I was. But I've been doing it since I was 16. So I don't. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna be prepared, but I will try it and do it.
So you are preparing yourself since the age of 16 for this.
Exactly, I think so. And the reason is that I went camping, and it was winter, and there wasn't any other way to have a shower than jump into the creek. So probably I was preparing for this. God knows.
No. Actually, Carlos, so when you go and have a bath, so many millions bathing in that place, imagine the water lands up being room temperature because of the body heat.
No.
So it's not going to be as cold, but the tricky part is, the catch is the cold when you get out of the water. You're going to be in the wet clothes and you're going to feel cold till the time you reach your tents.
I have a plan that I'm not going to be that cold. Okay.
Okay. So we'll watch.
After the Taj Mahal, we are going to go also to Calcutta, and where else?
So after the Taj Mahal, we come back to Delhi. From Delhi, we fly to Ranchi. And from Ranchi, we stay there, which is the main headquarters of India, the YSS Center. And from Ranchi, 5 nights spending there, we fly to Calcutta. We do couple of places like Dakshineshwar Kali temples. We do the other... Sorry?
No, go ahead.
So after that, we go to a couple of places in Calcutta, around the city. You're going to be experiencing Indian food and Indian delicacy all throughout. And then you come back to Delhi again, and then you are going to Babaji's cave, which is in north of India in the Himalayas. So you're going to go there to meditate for 3 days. That's the only 3 days where I don't accompany you. But then you fly back to Bombay. That's where I'm going to be preparing for you to welcome you all.
I mean, fantastic. But the reason we are going to the Babaji's cave is that our spiritual path, the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, basically were started on that Kumbh Mela many years ago. Your phone froze. Can you hear me? Probably you
no,
have...
I can hear you.
Okay,
very
perfect.
Loud and clear. Yeah, continue.
Okay, so our spiritual path practically started in a Kumbh Mela. I had to find out the year when Lahiri Mahashaya found his guru Mahavatar Babaji, and from there these teachings of Kriya Yoga were taught and transferred to a few masters until it came to Paramahansa Yogananda, who came in 1920 to the United States to teach it. So this is the other reason that it's important for us to visit that cave, that this is the only place that you are not coming with us, right?
That's correct. The only 3 days that you're going to be left to wander by yourself in India.
All right. So I think it was wonderful, everything that we have said, that we have the talk about. Is there anything else that we left behind, we didn't talk about?
Well, the only thing that we've left behind is that you have to be really mentally prepared with an open mind to embrace various cross cultures, because India is a diverse land and you are practically going to about 8 to 9 places in India. So you have to come with an open mind to experience a crazy, overwhelming gathering, and a gathering which is believed to have consciousness, a brother which is believed to cross all boundaries and languages and cultures and and the geographical continents. So you have to be with an open mind.
That sounds
So
very
nothing
good.
else.
Sounds good. And the other thing is, I understand that many Westerners go to the Kumbh Melas. Do they?
Oh, there are tons. In fact, I was speaking to the owner today itself, and he mentioned that there are Germans who have already come into the camp. So the Kumbh Mela starts from 13th being the first day, if I'm not wrong, but they've already come in their camps from today.
Wow, that's a
So
lot.
the camps we are staying in for accommodation,
Mm-hmm.
that's where they've already come. We have great hospitality, especially where we are staying. They're warm, heated tents, and they're like gambling. They're like modern tents. So
Okay, I
they're
see.
heated tents in the freezing temperatures, which are going to keep you warm after bathing. And there's lovely food that you're going to experience.
Um, I will try to cover my visit to India. I will try to do like videos. I am getting ready with all the equipment. So if you are interested on that, you can come back to my YouTube channel or Facebook and enjoy at least watching videos a little bit of all these holy places. Shruti, thank you so
Holy
much.
places and the food that Carlos is going to do. I'm going to make you do a video on all the breakfast options that you're going to eat. From South India to Mid India to West India to North India, you're going to eat the diverse food.
Well, that will be a treat. I didn't think about that, but that will be a big plus. Okay, thank you so much,
Yes.
Shruti, and God bless us all in these difficult times we are living. We need this is my thought about the Kumbh Mela. I believe that this nectar is something, the connection with the spirit. That's the nectar. And I am wondering if this gathering with so many million people will help to raise human consciousness. I think it's coming at a very crucial time after the four
That's correct.
particular and unprecedented times that we live in the last 4 years. And let's see what happens with humankind after this. Thank you so much, and we'll keep in touch.
All positive, all nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Carlos. See you soon. Look forward to see you soon.
Yeah, 10 days from today. Bye, Shruti.